Is your house in a fire zone? That, along with list price reductions, Los Gatos House of the Week, and highs and lows of Santa Clara County. Let's get moving here. All right. Is your house in a fire zone? Obviously, red means bad. But if you look, most of California is in a fire zone, it feels like, right? Not really. Just in the areas where there's a lot of residential. And look, those are the Berkeley Hills, the Oakland Berkeley Hills, and then over here, those are the severe areas. Okay, how do you know if your house is in a fire zone? Well, you go to this fire map set by Cal Fire, and then you plug in your address just right here. Boom. And I have one right here for you to look at. Euclid, not my listing. We're going to look at that. That's the Los Gatos Home of the Week. And we plug it in, and zooms right into the severely high fire zone. Why is this important? Why am I talking about it? Because I don't know if you lived in a shell or you haven't lived in California in the last 10 years, you realize that California's had massive amounts of firestorms, firestorms basically, right? And last couple of years, we lost property here and up in Chico. There's a fire going on right now. Where's Chico? I think it's like right here, Amador County. But anyway, yeah, if your house is in a severely high fire zone or even in the yellow zone or the pink zone, your insurance is going to be crazy high. I had a house we were looking at in Gilroy, and my clients were looking to buy in there. And mind you, these maps, this is just from the fire map for California, Cal Fire. Every insurance carrier has a different map. So what they say goes based on what their needs are and their risk tolerance, etc. So yeah, we went to go put an offer on a house in the yellow zone. It was down in Gilroy, right? Down right here in this area right here. And no insurance carrier would take it. So that means you have to go to the FAIR Plan, which is a California sponsored insurance program, which is basically like 3 or 4 times more from, say, I don't know, $8, $9, $10, $1,100. And nowadays, because I've owned my house for 20 years, so I don't know what it is right now. I'm thinking maybe even if it's $2,400 a year, $200 a month, it went up to $4,900. That's just the structure. That's just the structure. That's not everything inside. So on top of that, you have to have insurance for everything inside too. So understand that if you're buying a house, this might be one of the things you want to look at before you make an offer, because yeah. And granted, this will be in the natural hazard disclosures as well, but this is just a nice little sum check for you. Right? When I go through and I'm looking at houses for my client, I go here and I take a look at the address on here and I say it's in the high fire zone or not. And I don't care if it's moderate, high, or very high, or whatever the red one is. What is the red one? Very high. And if it's anywhere near that, I just say it, I put a little mark in high fire zone, just so that we know we can move on from that one, because they don't want to pay that insurance. What happens if you're selling your house and you're now in a high fire zone? Well, understand that that's going to be a detriment or something that will slow down the sale of your house. Just something that you have to deal with. You bought that house probably knowing it was in a high fire zone, and at that time they probably did not have massive insurance issues. So what are you going to do? Well, you're just going to have to sell it and take what you get. And unfortunately, that's just a fact of life right now. Until this insurance issue gets handled, I don't know what to tell you. You're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard spot. Either keep it, keep paying the insurance, or sell it, take your losses, and go. I think something's going to change in the next couple of years. Can't promise you that, though, because I don't have a crystal ball. But yeah, need state regulation on this, on how to make the FAIR plan and fire insurance a lot more costly because it's just getting out of hand. And this isn't the only state that's having this issue. Florida has the same issue with hurricane. I heard somewhere where a hurricane area like Fort Myers, Cape Coral, which is on the west coast of Florida, if you have a house there, hurricane insurance, flood insurance costs $10,000 a year. So, I was thinking maybe eventually I'll move out to Florida, but not right now. On top of that, they have HOA issues, and they're kind of messed up right now. So, yeah, kind of sucks. But I just thought I'd let you have an idea of one more thing to think about when you're buying a house. All right, if you're thinking about selling your house, this doesn't tell you to go look at that. I will adjust that. But home inspection checklist. This allows you to go through each part of your house, landscaping, exterior, housing and structure, blah, blah, blah. Allows you to go through and see what's wrong with your house. No house is ever perfect. No house is ever perfectly square, plumb, level. Never. But, plugs burn out, switches don't work, lights don't work, appliances stop working or have issues. This just lets you get through the main things that an inspector would look at, and you can fix them before you bring in the inspector, and the inspector can come in and give you a nice clean report. But I do also recommend that you disclose everything that you have ever done materially to the house. If you change out a switch, if you put new windows in, whatever, disclose. Just save yourself a whole lot of time. We'll get into that later. Price reductions. We've had 200 price reductions, which is down from last week. And our inventory is down from last week as well. But all of these houses have been on market 10, 15, 40, 90 days, and they're looking to sell it. What were they trying to do? They were trying to attract the market. Let's look at Waterford Court, built in 2001. Again, the first picture should be the house, not that. Okay, this is probably in an HOA, right? 50 days on market, guys. Two-car garage, $222 a month. Here's the thing. HOAs are going to lower the value of your home, period. Because there's management, there's things you have to ask for permission to do. You have to ask for permission to paint your house. You have to ask for permission to change your windows out. Not every HOA is like that, but HOAs are a pain in the ass. And then you also have very intrusive people that are on the board that are a pain in the butt. And I just stay away from HOAs altogether. I'm not a big fan of them. There's pluses and minuses to them. Sometimes they take care of the landscaping. Sometimes they take care of the streets, etc. But HOAs are they're not well regulated, and they kind of run mamby-pamby. But 50 days on market. This is a standard 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,400 square feet. Not my listing. Built in 2001. It's a nice looking house. But yeah, no thank you. Not interested. Euclid, we talked about this in the fire zone. Okay, $2.8 million. So technically, if you buy a house that's 1,900 square feet, you're probably looking at something around, I don't know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year for fire insurance. It might even be more. I'm not quoting you because I'm not an insurance guy, right? Go to an insurance broker, figure out what they can offer you, and they're going to come back with, hey, it's the FAIR plan from California, and here you go. That's what it's going to be. So do your homework before you put an offer on a house. Okay. I didn't do this. I was going to do it, then I ran out of time. But the lowest sold price is $868. The highest sold price is $600. And let me see if I can put that up for you real quick. There we go. Seal Avenue, $6.6 million, sold for almost 2% over list price. And this is in Palo Alto, not my listing. There you go. Nice looking house. Looks almost brand spanking new. Yeah, this was flipped. This was built in 2016, not flipped, but brand new. And this one is right against the freeway in San Jose, Snow Drive. It's an attached house. You can tell because, see, look, there's two. This isn't a 4-car garage. Took 97 days to sell. Original list price was $910. They bought it for $868,000. But look at this. You can't tell me that you won't be hearing freeway noise from this. On top of that, it's an attached house. It's basically a duplex. And is there an HOA? Yep, HOA, $300 a month. So there you go. I'm not a huge fan of these things. And there you go. September 3rd, 119 closes, which is far down from the last couple of weeks. But we also had a holiday week, slowed things down there. And we also have a drop in inventory, as well as the price reductions. We're down to 12% instead of the last couple of weeks. We are also close to 20%. So things are kind of shifting, like I said, right? Does this mean we have less homes for sale? No, I think we're seeing homes pick up, home sales pick up. So we're going to see this number drop. We're going to see this one go up. There you go. All right, there you go. I'm Vito with Abitano. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out there.